another shot? You
I
want?
have one.
All right. So should we
All
take
right.
it on camera?
We are on camera.
But I mean, for like the episode we're gonna air live. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right. All right. So it's been so long.
We've been offline for 10 months. And now we're doing it different. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, Ashley.
Actually, 11 months since November.
It says that, no, but on our channel, it says the last time, go ahead. The last time that we went live was 10 months ago. But it's probably 11 is just like a
Wow.
week away.
Oh yeah, this is better. This is so much better.
Is mine good?
Yeah, it's the position.
Right.
Definitely has to be over the mic. Okay.
And I like these mic things better. They're more podcasty.
Alrighty.
Cheers
Aye.
to us,
Yeah.
to
I'm gonna destroy
Real
everything
Spicy
here.
Radio, all of our companies, Supreme Management.
Cheers.
Cheers. I love you.
I love you. Wow. I love whiskey so much, but
Nice.
it could be kind of aggressive sometimes.
Nothing better than a
especially in the
shot.
morning time. In the morning?
In the
This is what I
morning.
usually do on vacation. I don't do this in New York.
At least this is appropriate. Because when we started, we were doing this like on Monday or Thursday at
Like
7
7?
a.m. and drinking shots, like fucked up.
Okay.
In some ways, that's when it all started, going uphill and downhill. No, I'm just kidding.
It definitely went downhill for a while, consistently, until things changed for the
We'll
better.
talk more about that in life in general.
All right, so this is what, episode 59?
Yes.
Okay, so excuse me, guys. I am a little congested, so I sound a little stuffed. But yeah, this is episode 59, season 3. We haven't filmed in so long, so it feels so good to be back, filming straight out of Rise Radio.
Real Spicy Radio, season 3.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, it's been so long. It feels like she was just saying a couple of minutes ago, it's been 10 months, and it feels so much longer than that. It's
Yeah.
been a while, but it feels great to be back.
Well, yeah, it's a blessing.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody. As you may or may not know, I'm Shanti.
I'm Ashley. We originally did start with a cast of 4, but this time it's a little different. It's myself and Shanti. Patricia, we love you. We love all that you contributed to Real Spicy Radio from the very beginning. We miss you. And I am so excited to have you as a co-host at some point in the future, along with everyone else that we plan to have on the show, too.
As everyone
yeah.
that we work with, she's obviously booked and busy.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we
we
are-
support that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like my motto is like let's all be on full cylinder, and she's out there killing it, and we're so proud.
Yes, and we can't wait to see you, babe.
Let's fucking go.
So yeah, season 3 with just Ash and Shanti.
This
We
is
have been
exciting.
so busy, guys, hence why we haven't been around, but for good reasons. We are working really, really hard, but Shanti she's always been my baby, but for the past year, everything that we've been working on together has brought us so much closer. So I think that it's going to definitely show on the show. Our chemistry, just how well we could actually have conversations, and just overall how much the show means to us. We both have been wanting to come back for a minute, so.
Yeah, like Real say, it's everything in due time, and as long as you continue, I believe it's all about consistency, and then when, doing what is right at the moment. I'm not perfect, and I'm not an expert yet, right? Well, in everything. I'm an expert in what I do, I would say.
Yes.
But there's always more to learn, and I believe just like grit and continuation is like the most important thing, and pivot.
I agree.
The pivot of it all.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're here. We're at Rise Radio.
Yes.
It's a space that, I'm so blessed to have co-founded with Alfred and Vanina, my business partners. We're at 57 Graham Avenue. Ashley has been here from before, like the space I opened before, and before that, and before that. So it's really special for us, I think, to be here. We've known of each other since we were teenagers, and became very close in the last probably 7 years.
Yeah.
5, 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And
We've come a long way.
And I loved you, and we both will say we loved each other before we met, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I always say on, I think every episode, Shanti was my WCW like in 2013.
And I loved her.
With
She
her
was, like,
rainbow hair.
my favorite.
plaid
She's a
skirts.
Suicide Girl original,
Oh my
OG.
God.
Don't even get me started. I
Do you
was
know what's so
obsessed.
funny that you say that? Because I just mentioned that to someone recently, and they had no idea what I was talking about. They were like, "Oh
How
my
old
god!"
were they?
No, their response to me was, "Oh my god, me too." Like I had suicidal thoughts. I was really depressed, and it was fucking hysterical. And I didn't say anything because I was like, "This is like, I'm just gonna let them have their moment of like feeling
feel
like they're
I know who
connecting
you were
with me on
talking to,
something."
but I'm not gonna say it.
You definitely know.
Long story
But
short.
yeah, so yeah, that was funny. That was funny. That was a funny moment.
And not to, sorry. We are not talking about that. We're talking about Suicide Girls, which was like a MySpace phenomenon. Now we're already fucking demonetized because I said that. Shit. I'm going to cut that probably.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna have to
definitely
cut that.
the
Bleep,
sniffling.
girl.
If
Fuck.
not, then hey guys, you call me sniffling. Shit, it's rough out here.
No, YouTube monetization, Twitch monetization. It's crazy. You can't say certain
Okay,
words.
so
So we might cut
anyway,
that. Anyway, long story short, she was like super like popular and big on MySpace, a model. And I followed Ashley, and I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, she's from New York City. She's Puerto Rican. Like, oh my
From
God. And I
Brooklyn.
saw all these photos. And
my
then,
skinny little body.
so cute. And we just kind of like, we were brought together
Yeah.
by many things. Like, we were meant to be together.
Yeah,
So,
we were connected in a lot of different ways.
yeah.
So we're still finding ways that we're connected, and we're like, oh my god, you knew that person this whole time.
right.
It's crazy.
And I don't like, I'm like the kind of person that don't know who I know. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. But then, so this is kind of like a story time, right? So like how we kind of came together. So we know each other. Ashley's in like, real estate and building and management of properties and development. I'm super inspired by that. And I'm in hospitality and entertainment. And like, I feel like we're both super inspired by each other. And we have similar energy, and we're both just like, we meet. And then, right, it kind of grows from there.
Yes.
And I think against all odds, we both like knew we were kind of at a certain point committed to
Cheers.
each other, regardless. And like, the podcast itself was Ashley's like baby. Like this was her like she conceived of it. And when I came on, I was like, what if we challenge the idea that women cannot work together, and we challenged, like this whole cancel culture, and we're like a counterculture to all of that, right? And so Ashley's like idea for Real Spicy Radio kind of just like exploded, and we've tried many different things, but we've always been committed to like us two building, because we very much enjoy working together, figuring it out, and even like when things are hard, I think we both enjoy like the other side of it.
Yeah.
So that being said, then we fast forward, we open another business together, right? So like we start this business as Real Spicy Radio, we're doing it, and then we're like, oh, who's calling? Is that Chuchu?
That's
Because if it's important, then
No,
you can
it's,
answer. We're not
it's our
Oh,
breakfast.
the food. Oh, yeah. So,
Which I'm so excited about. Look, he's about to leave. You better not leave.
you better not.
Señor, aquí,
Ay, Dios.
que tengo hambre.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to cut this too, maybe. This is going to
Yeah.
be a fun video to edit. So, yeah, where was I?
When I go live on YouTube, all of it's going live.
Yeah.
Yeah, no cuts.
Right now?
No, not now. Later.
Yeah, this is just, maybe this all goes live. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
It's up to us later.
It's raw.
I like it better, actually.
Okay,
So-
so what has changed in the last year since
Wait,
we stopped
no,
filming?
that's exactly where we left off, which I was gonna say you take over, which is that we did all of this, and then 10 months ago, we went out to a dinner,
Yes.
and it kind of snowballed from this dinner where we were like, we could do something special. Now I don't want to say, because I want you to say how much you want to say.
I'm not gonna say too much, honestly. I'm just gonna say, yeah, it's just to piggyback what Shanti was saying. We really appreciate what we both bring to the table and what we can accomplish together, because we've actually been able to like talk about things and actually make them happen. So as she was saying, Real Spicy, I just, during the pandemic, I had this genius idea of like recording our conversations, our video calls. And
They were so good. We talked for hours.
yeah, I mean, I know everyone remembers being on lockdown, not being able to go outside. And at this time, we weren't the only people who started recording shit. Like a ton of people, Snoop Dogg, like everybody came out with a podcast in the middle of the pandemic. Just so happens that a lot of people happen to be famous, so they're like out there now, and we're still growing our business. But in the process of all of that, we took a little break, and who knew? In that break, we grew another business. So she basically feeds all my ideas and helps me bring
Vice
them
versa.
to life, and it's good to just have someone.
That's
like
what I
that.
do, I will say.
Yeah, because I know everyone
but
has
it takes
ideas.
a special being for me to connect with and believe in their idea.
Yeah.
But I see it. Continue.
I mean, yeah,
I'm obsessed with
I
it.
support anyone with dreams and goals, and I would tell anyone, like, whatever your ideas are, shoot for the stars, like, make it happen, whatever that means, however. But and I believe in myself. I believe in myself now more than ever, probably. But it feels good to just have someone on the journey with you.
It's
to
very
help
important.
you make things reality. Dream work makes it
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You're my, and I was thinking, telepathy is funny because at the same moment you said it, I was thinking, you're my dream come true. That's why you said dream work first. And that, my friends, is telepathy. And I'm going to link a video about that because that shit is lit.
That's
You
actually
can
been a point
connect
of
and send-
conversation for me recently too. I don't remember with who, but I was talking about it with someone recently too.
It wasn't me.
Maybe.
I talk about
about
telepathy a lot.
everything with you, so I don't know. Yeah, this
Anyway.
morning I told Shanti about some like scandal that's been like occurring.
Yo,
let's not get
Conchincha.
too.
We're not gonna get into it,
We're
but,
not
like,
gonna get too much
there
into
are
it, but yo,
scandals
people are
all
wild
over.
out here, guys. Like people are really not whatever impression you get of someone. Like don't let that lead the way.
No, but no. Do not trust. Okay, who had a different perception? Who was right?
She definitely did. But
I was like, I told you.
I'm a Scorpio. I need to learn my lessons on my own the hard
Of course,
way.
I love Scorpios. I
So-
surround myself, my business partners.
But yeah,
my
shout
mother,
out to whoever
Scorpios.
be trying to, play me and shit. Like, I'm still
In
thriving.
business, in
and
life, like, I see
have
everything.
I have no anger, no ill will towards anyone. Like, even if you hurt my
But
feelings.
can you tell everybody how many, like, I'm 10 out of 10 always right about people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even do anything.
That's
Like,
why I
just
call
wa-
her my
just, like,
genie in a
listen.
bottle. You were just saying he was the genie bottle, but that's
Woof,
actually
DJ
what
Woof
I call
is
you.
the genie. It's like we're all genies. That's why we're on your
It's some kind of
screenies.
way. It's some kind of way. But yeah.
Genies on your screenies.
So yeah, people out
Shout out
here
to iTown
really
Emporium.
doing some wild shit, guys. Like
People are crazy, and it's not only out here.
I don't want to
just,
say
like,
crazy because I don't want to be mean about
crazy.
it, but
No, not crazy. Crazy. Okay, so let's just. You're right.
people just ain't like.
Insane. No, but it's not like it's out of love and light. It's not a big deal.
Just
Oh.
I think everyone, in addition to not just being a good person every day and trying to be the best version of yourself, always try to be truthful. Whatever that means, even if you think it's gonna scare someone away or hurt someone's feelings.
You know what?
Just
No.
be truthful. Just be
No.
truthful.
Fuck that.
No?
It depends.
All right, well, I guess.
Because sometimes it's denied till you die.
Let's move along now.
Shout out to young
let's
Jada.
Move along. Okay, so what's next on the repertoire for today for Real Spicy Radio Season 3?
Oh, we gotta do this.
Fishbowl! Oh my God!
Brr, brr,
So
brr, brr,
I'm
brr.
still gonna say this shit until the day that I die. Jada stole our fishbowl idea.
Not this
okay?
Jada. Jada Pinkett
No,
Smith.
not this one. The Red Table Talk, because
Oh my
this,
God, not
we
young
are the
Jada.
originators of this idea. I
See,
swear.
telepathy's crazy. We're all connected in
You
some
wanna
way.
go first? Go
No,
first.
but Jada Pinkett Smith and the Red Table Talk first. You know what show I like? Let's just go back. I'm gonna stay positive. I was
Okay.
watching because I was like in a hole like for the
I feel
last
like you're
during the retrograde. Sorry, I'm not gonna hit you. And I was watching Cocktails with Chloe. Did you ever watch that show? What do you want? Oh.
Sorry.
We got the food.
This is
Cocktails with
hilarious.
Chloe. So like this is some real New York shit. It's Sunday. We're gonna have breakfast from the fucking the diner.
This is
From
so
the Spanish
funny.
restaurant.
I'm so sorry for all the
The
noise.
Dominican restaurants in New York City make the best breakfast. They're like in Puerto Rico, like they got the plancha.
Pancito with
It's
the
really
jamón y
it's just like
queso.
all Spanish, Hispanic, Latino, like whatever you want to call it. But it's like we have the best Also, no, we have the second best diners. Sorry. Greeks have great diners.
Yeah,
I
they
love
do.
a Greek diner. They're
almost
my
or-
favorite.
I think this is actually a Greek diner.
Oh. So, yeah, it's a Greek diner. I love Greek diners.
All right, babe. This one's
Am I
yours.
first?
Yeah.
All right.
Put that over there. Okay.
Okay.
Trying
I'm
to
going to
get
go
my legs
first.
together,
I didn't
yes.
see these questions. No one has...
Oh, this is gonna be funny because she definitely did not see these questions.
Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, God. What kink have you
Her
always...
face is
been
so
curious
funny 'cause
about
I actually know what
exploring?
you're thinking just by looking
Oh
at your
my
face.
Kiki, kiki, kiki. You know, like, I feel like I've explored every kink that I could possibly... I think I'm good, you know? Like, I just... You know what kink I want to explore? Getting fucking married. My kink is getting married and being in a
I'm
committed fucking
sorry.
relationship.
I'm having a laugh moment over here.
That's my kink. So the next kink I want to explore is getting married and going on a honeymoon and seeing what happens, getting pregnant.
Yeah, because I made phone
Boop.
calls, bitch, for your wedding dress. So
I
let's
know.
get to it, okay? I put
I
time
know,
into
I know.
that.
It's gonna be great. My wedding dress is gonna be great. It's gonna be like very much inspired. I don't even want to tell anybody my inspiration because I feel like it's just not. It has to be a surprise.
Okay.
Everything has to be a surprise, but you'll know.
Okay.
You already know. Anyway, that's my kink.
Let me put my breakfast down.
You have to answer that.
I do.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that type of vibe this morning
But my vibe is good.
because there's a lot going on. Yeah, that's
Maybe
definitely a vibe.
Maybe
That's definitely
your
a vibe.
kink. Your kink is just getting married and
Honestly,
having
the
a
word marriage,
normal
I'm
day-to-day
like-
life, like where it's
I
just
love
like chill.
the idea of getting married. I definitely want to get married. I absolutely want to get married. But marriage still has its way of scaring me in some kind of ways.
I mean, it's a
I
contract.
just, it is a contract.
And contracts are easy to exit. Contracts protect you.
But
Why
I
would
want
you be
it to
afraid?
I want it to be meaningful. I want it to be real. I want it to be, I don't know.
No, I feel you. I'm like, I get you. I'm with you. So what's
don't
your
know.
fucking kink right now?
My kink? My kink. I don't know. I'm going to say, might sound crazy, but my kink right now, what's getting my eye, let's say, is women with beautiful titties. Like, for some reason.
You try to play me because the other
I'm
day we were
sorry.
talking about how I need a boob job. That's
Recently,
fucking rude.
I don't know why. I've been noticing boobies more, and I'm just like, wow, like.
I'm gonna show you some
bitches
boobies that I
having
really
some
like too.
gorgeous,
My friend has really
beautiful,
nice
big,
boobies. Let me show
full
you.
breasts, and it's so sexy.
I was
I mean,
thinking
the
about it.
woman
You wanna
anatomy
see?
is beautiful. But
And I'm gonna
breasts
tell
are
her I showed her
definitely one of
boobies.
my
I'm not gonna
favorite
say it
things.
live.
So titties right now, I guess, is my little kink.
Tell me if you like these boobies. They're beautiful.
Uh-oh. I hope it's not someone I know.
No, it's my friend.
Oh.
They're great boobies. Great New York boobs.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's
These are great New York
beautiful.
boobs. I'm gonna ask her permission before I show them. They're gorgeous, right?
Yes.
Look at
I
this one.
hate that I have to, like,
Ooh,
do this on camera.
Mama. Like that?
yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
get
the
it.
other picture was better, though.
Shut up.
What?
But yeah, it was. But look
Like,
at
that's
that.
great. I mean, again, you see how excited
But you
I
know
get?
she reminds me of you,
Instantly?
right?
Really?
Is you get it? But do you
Once
get
upon
why?
a time, I had big, beautiful boobies, but after
So
3 kids
hot.
of breastfeeding,
I know.
they're not so big anymore.
And I
They're
don't
so
even have
small.
any kids.
Is
and
it
I
crazy,
just,
babe,
like,
that I'm eating my
have
bread
little boobies.
on camera?
No, I'm gonna eat too.
Mhm.
You know me. Sometimes when I start, I can't stop. Also, like when I go out
So
to
good.
dinner, it'll be like it sucks because like I'll be at like a $700 dinner and I'll pay, and I'm like I'm paying for it, right? And I don't fucking eat when I'm talking. Like it just like doesn't even occur to me to eat during dinner. You notice that?
Yeah, we went to dinner recently for lunch, remember? We did a lot of
I don't
talking,
eat
but
nothing.
we ate.
Well, that
We
day
ate.
we were hungry. Oh, can we talk about before we get into everything? Remember how when we went to Carbone, I was like, I'm so unimpressed. And I was like, you know, Burano BK is better, and it's not just because like whatever, but like it's right here, 26 Broadway. And remember I was saying that? Guess what happened this week?
What?
Carbone and Peter Luger's, and I think one other place I can't remember the name of, all lost Michelin stars.
Really?
Yeah, because like I
Why?
knew that there was something wrong. And you know what? Who's next? Jean Georges. Everything needs to be audited again. And I'm not trying to say that I should be audited because like I'm not trying to do fine dining, right? And we will do fine dining, but that's not what we're doing. And so when we go to fine dining establishments in New York City as, you know, hospitality people, and we're going to try the food and we go to Jean Georges and it's fucking weird and like the staff is like off, and then we go to Carbone and they're rushing us. Remember that?
Yes.
And we go to Burano and they'll fucking do whatever because they'll literally keep the place open if you're drinking and you're having a good time because they get it and they're real people from New York and they're kind of like here. Shout out to PJ, Johnny, Suleiman, and the whole family, and also Chef Al DiMaggio, who's like OG, who run that place. But what I'm saying is like there's a whole new turn, and we're gonna get one too over here in another way. Me and Ricky have set a goal, and where two people meet and have an idea, the creator will guide us to that Michelin star. And Ashley's gonna be involved too, and Rise Radio, and we're all a team. And so, that being said, I'm just really excited. I'm sorry that they did lose, but I get it because I felt it.
I had no idea about any of this that you just mentioned.
Well, that's because I'm obsessed with like restaurant stuff and hospitality, and really the reason why I do what I do is because like I think service is really important.
Yes.
And the reason why the first choice was to come into my community and work is because I felt like that way we could build something to bring to the rest of the world market together. So this for me is like a proof of concept in many ways, but it's also like a petri dish for me, where I'm actually looking at what's happening and saying, what are we going to take to the future? What is going to be the restaurant hospitality group? What is going to be the entertainment? What is going to be really all the parts of the different things that we are going to build? Which is a plan, you know?
Well,
And, you know, our plan.
believe it or not, when I was a little girl, I mean, I've always loved to eat. I love food. I love going out. I used to go to the Spanish restaurant on Fifth Avenue with my parents like every Saturday.
Wait, which one? The Continental?
El Viejo Yayo.
Is this still open?
Yes.
Is it the really little? Okay.
It's actually not so little, but they have like an event space. You know about it?
You know it.
Yes. There's
I know
two,
what
right?
you're talking about.
Yeah, so I used to go there every Saturday
Look
with
at
my
that.
parents.
Shout out Brooklyn.
And so I love restaurants. And as I've grown older, I love fine dining. Like one of my favorite things to do is to go eat dinner and have a beautiful dinner and have an experience. So we've actually been brainstorming about bringing to life a restaurant too that
This goes
incorporates
into this.
Italian food, that brings, you know, a Puerto Rican food in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico. And this is
Um,
funny. No, it is. And okay, so like, to start that conversation really, so like, I've been speaking to Ashley. We started businesses, with 2 businesses in, right? And then I'm telling her, like, listen, there's more. Like, we're gonna keep growing this brand with other brands as we have, right? So like, I said, like, we wanna do fine dining. And in my head, I'm like, Ashley has the vibe. That's what you know exactly what I'm trying, like, there's something about it, the luxury. And every brand is different, right? But they all come together, and that's a unique thing. And I'm not gonna like really expand on that, but
Yeah, I want
it's
to
funny
tap in.
because
I
we
wanna
were like
tap
talking
into
about
everything.
Puerto Rico. We're like New York. We're expanding right now. We're viewing things. We have people in Puerto Rico scouting places for us.
Yeah.
Shout out B, we love you.
Yes, I love the idea of even just building something that we can bring on our family members, give other people that mean something to us,
Just like
an
here.
opportunity, just like Rise Radio. So yeah, I mean that's just another idea that we've been talking about, and I'm excited to bring it to life. And when we do, you guys will be the first to know.
Obviously.
But yeah, a lot.
But it goes into this next
A
conversation.
lot has changed. Well, I didn't do my fishbowl question.
Oh, sorry. Because no, what's funny is that Puerto Rico thing that we just said.
Yeah,
we just-
it definitely
it goes
leads to the
into
next
this
topic.
whole fucking topic, which I spoke about a year ago because I was watching the podcast world and I heard some weird shit, and I was like, oh hell no.
Oh, this kind of, to me, has a lot to do with our next topic. But my question is, what causes are you passionate about? For me, everything is about giving back. Obviously, I'm not someone who's rich. I'm still trying to build my ideas and become successful. But for me, it's always about giving back because although I don't have a lot, there's always someone out there that has less than me. So giving back in any way that I can. We've done it with Real Spicy before, where we've hosted coat drives, turkey giveaways for Thanksgiving, and partnered with nonprofits. But part of the reason why I want to be successful and wealthy and make a lot of money is so that I can help as many people as possible. So for me, philanthropy for me is my biggest cause. I'd like to help people, and however that could be, I'm into it. I'm down, and I would do it without even a second thought. Like, I love to help people. So
Yeah, I always said to Ashley, I'm like, you inspire me because like you're the ultimate socialite. Like, you work, you have a family, and you give back, right? Like, that's like, we're hood socialites.
yeah. And I mean,
That's what we do.
When Real Spicy takes it to the next level, that's definitely that's going to be one of the first things that I think that's going to be priority for us. Now that we've made it, how can we give back?
And so I would say like causes I'm passionate about. Really, everything that I do is with a spirit of service to like preserving like the humanity of, I guess, art and creation and like
free thinking
and also like demystifying business, right? Because when I was a young girl, I was like very confused because like everything was kind of given to me, even though it's from the hood. Like, the situation was such that I had more than a lot of people. And I went to Catholic school and I saw a lot. So, and I also like had the best of everything, and I had a lot of guilt. Like, I dealt with a lot. So like for me, it's always been like, I've been so inspired by demystifying what everyone thinks is so difficult. Like, when I was young, all the things that I've made happen, I was like, I just was so scared because I didn't know how to do it. And I learned like, just doing things, it will open up to you, and you will see what the path is, right? And you don't always even know what the fuck that is. It's like there's a lot of unknown all the time. Even in this moment, we've been talking about this a lot, that like I know how to deal with how I'm feeling. It's like the unknown is a constant thing that we're dealing with. The fact that we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we cannot control it, right? And we all are gonna die. So like that's a contemplation that I fucking wake up and I'm living
That's
with
my
all
biggest
day.
fear is
I
death.
know.
Like, how am I going to go out? Because I always...
That doesn't even matter to me. It's just like the fact that everything
Matters
is going to
to me. I always
end
think
is
about
what
it.
stresses me out.
Yeah.
And in the
That
power
and
of
how
now,
for me.
yeah, in the power of now, I know. Because also like at this point, right, everything is, and we're so blessed, and it's like, it's really stressful. So
Yeah, I mean...
and at first, I didn't understand when last time, like 2 years ago, she said that, and I was like, bitch, like, why are you thinking about that? and like...
I mean, when you have kids, I feel like it changes things too. It puts
No,
things
but I'm saying
into
even without
perspective.
me having kids, I've understood your perspective as I've grown up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm a few years younger. You can't tell because we look so young, but we're like older than we look. We're not fucking telling you.
I was just going to say I am not disclosing. Although I'm not even that old. I'm not that old. I'm a little old, but I'm not that old. Like, Jeremy thinks I'm old as hell, but...
Well, because he's a kid.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
sister probably thinks I'm old. She's 16.
I love your sister.
I
Hi,
love
Charlie.
my sister. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Carter.
But
Hi, Dakota.
Oh yeah, your baby brother. But yeah, I don't know. I've always been afraid of death. Like before I even had kids, but now especially.
Sorry,
but,
have faith.
You know, it's scary. Like I'm so protective with my son, my older son, because he's a teenager now. He's out in the world. But I tell him, Papi, like, do you think that people when they pass away, however that is, that they wake up knowing that that's going to happen to them? They have not a fucking clue.
Man. That's so scary,
that
right?
for me is it plays a major part in my fear of just the fact that you just never know when it's gonna happen. It could be any fucking day. So with that said, every day be grateful, be thankful, and put your best self out
You
into
can pray
the
for
world.
God to be with your family. I do that every day. It's not over anyone else. I'm like, thank you, God, for everything that we have.
Coño.
We're different about that, but I pray like every day for Ashley. I pray for her family. I pray for my family and my business and all the people associated and all the people that believe in us and hate us. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want everybody to be happy and okay. I really do
Same.
mean that. Like, even if it's just like seems maybe between me and or anyone, and I truly believe even if you think I don't like you, it's not true. Like, we just need to have a conversation.
No, if you think I don't like you, it's true. No, but
But for me personally, I can say everybody, like, I can't. I was thinking about it recently. I was like, has nobody really at this point that I can't have a
there's
conversation
things
with?
about people that I don't like, but I wouldn't say there's not.
But there's
There
nobody
isn't-
you can't have a conversation with.
No,
And
I mean
were
we just
that
talking
the other
about
day.
this the other day that there's like
And I see so much
I'm a
growth.
grown woman with 3 children. I own a business. I have a great job. I have great
own 2
people around
businesses
me.
and you run
And I
another
just feel
business.
like I'm at a point in my life where I wouldn't say I have any direct issues with anybody, but I have issues with things that may have occurred in the past with certain people. And I think I've reached the point of like wanting to talk and hash things out because I personally don't want to have that like energy exists in any part of my life at all.
But isn't that such a change?
Yeah, I mean,
Because there was a point where she
last
was
year I would have been
"Listen,
like,
if
fuck
they did-
her,
No,
don't
we
want
had
to talk to her, don't care.
Yeah, that's what she would have said. And last
But-
year we were talking about like the same kind of situations. Even me, like you will say, even with people she knows me, the whole time I've been like, if someone will come and talk to me,
It's all about
I
rising
will-
above.
But I've always said, if someone will come talk to me, I will always have a conversation. I will never embarrass somebody. I have this like deep compassion for every single person. Like, obviously not like really bad like people, but I'm saying like anyone that I've been blessed to come into contact with, even if you've wronged me.
Well, even for me, for bad people,
But
like
you've
there's always
seen people that
criminals on
fuck-
TV, like for killing and doing
No,
all these
not
things.
that. I'm
and
not
I'm
talking
like,
about that. I'm
no,
talking
I'm just saying,
about-
for me, that's my level of compassion and empathy. Like always trying to understand why did that person do that, even if it was
Yeah,
something
that's what
fucked
I'm
up
trying to
towards
say.
me.
Like, you don't know. It wasn't. What I'm trying to say is basically like there are people that I know we would benefit from a conversation, but they won't do it because they're maybe afraid of my reaction. I'm here to tell you, there's not that much energy behind anything because I've always said to her, we've had a lot of conversations where I've been like, even everyone who's wronged me, I forgive them, and I just want it to be okay. Like, I don't care. We don't ever have to talk. But like, I've never, and there's situations I won't even, until I write my memoir and get that big book deal one day, that I won't disclose, and maybe I won't even then, but it's like, people have wronged, people have tried. It's like, I could say a lot about all kinds of things, but it's like, it has nothing to do with me being a woman or Latina. It just is human nature. Like, people try to fuck everybody. They try to look for weaknesses. Like, I've done it when I was uninformed and like less evolved. And now I've been for a few years at a place where I'm just like, I forgive everybody. And I think recently, actually, this last month, I've been a little bit angry. And I had to really think about that and let it go. Because, you know, like, you slide back sometimes and you forget. But at the end of the day, anything that you're thinking about that is not the task at hand is taking away your energy. And a task
agree.
at hand is like our businesses, your children, my future children, the people that support us with their work, having good lives. That's success.
Same. I mean,
And we hired our first employee for our other business.
yeah. Shout out to you, babe. Jeanette.
I just hit her.
It's okay.
Give me a high five.
Sorry.
I'm
I
a
didn't see
fucking
it coming.
brat.
I didn't see it coming. But
Shout out to Jeanette.
again, not to just piggyback, but just to add to what Shanti was saying. So before we move on to
No,
the
we
next
always
topic,
piggyback. I piggyback
Like,
off of you.
I agree. I mean, just honestly, like, just to be straight up and fully honest here on the show, like, just last night, a situation presented itself to me that was kind of whack and sucked, you know? But I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? It's not even a reflection of who I am and my character. So, I mean, what do I get out of
not at
being
all.
angry? I mean, I was kind of disappointed, but
What time was that?
I don't even know. Let me see when I got the phone call.
Girl. Crazy. Sorry, not crazy. Insane.
About 10 p.m. last night, 10:10. How funny is that? So at 10:10, the Angels decided to bring something to me. Not so much. Not I would say was a pleasant situation, but you know, I got a phone call and I was pretty disappointed. But you know, again, I think for me it was a test of like my character. Now, how would Ashley react to the situation? Is Ashley going to get, you know, revenge, be spiteful, be angry, or forgive? And I forgive, you know. it's just too bad that everyone isn't who they seem to be. But, at the end of the day, you have no control over anyone else but yourself. So, like, kind of what I was saying the other day about the whole Kanye West, which we might get into later. You can't stress yourself over how other people think, how other people make decisions, how other people go about.
We also have to differentiate
putting
real life
themselves
from
out
art.
there. Yeah, well, that's separate. This situation was not art, but
This is why it's a good show, because we disagree.
People say
I think it was art.
Kanye. I'm saying maybe
that
he's the
situation,
exception,
not
but the
art.
other one, that was not an artistic.
No.
situation.
You guys don't know that, and
But,
we're not gonna go. But that was not Swift or artistic. No.
Shit happens. I ain't even mad. Shout
No
out
one's mad.
to.
It's kind of, we laughed a lot.
Yeah, I mean.
We felt bad because we had, like, no one knew. No
What's
one did anything wrong.
I want to play the video, but I feel like we can't.
Which video?
Because the one I posted on my IG story.
I can later. I can post production. Can you put it up there so I can, in that moment, I'll put that. Look over there.
That is so funny. Yo, it's the Lord's Day. You know what I'm saying? So as much as we don't want to forgive people for shit, it's in your best interest and it benefits you, believe it or not. When you
Shout out
forgive
to the
someone.
internet.
So, shout out to the internet. Shout out to the liars. Shout out to all the fucking phony married couples.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shout out to Tim Dillon. What the fuck? Shout out to Tim Dillon. Shout
No,
out to
I don't mean that to be a bitch, but it's so frustrating that, like I was saying before, I want to get married.
I'm
I really
cutting
do. No, don't cut it because it's a real thing. There's a lot of people out here making a commitment that they can't follow through on. What? I'm not even directing this directly at that situation. It just brings to light that
weird.
is a real
And also,
thing.
like, I don't want to be rude, but, like, we keep finding out, and I'm not gonna say what basically we're reacting to is we keep finding out things about people because we're in a world that are opposite the truth, right?
Yes.
And this is not the first time. It's that we're the type of bitches that don't tell. Like you see right now, we're not telling.
I would never.
But we keep seeing weird shit. Like, people like things that they don't, like, no one knows that they like. And that's fine. And then people, like, doing things and also having secret lives.
Just withholding information.
Just, like, a lot of that. But, like, withholding, I guess, like, about your past is one thing. But withholding about a current situation, right? Like, deny till you die about something right now. I mean, about the past, like, I think is something different than meeting someone new. And again, I'm all for truth. Like, we're not talking about, like, how I want to operate. I'm just talking about life and what our friends are going through. It's just like, your past before someone is involved with you, I guess, is like one thing, right? As long as that past doesn't affect the person, right? So let's say you were in a situation in the past that doesn't affect you, right? Say, like, I had a past situation, but it didn't affect you. I understand that.
Makes no sense to bring it up.
But
Like
let's
they say,
say I have a situation.
Don't fix nothing that ain't broke.
Exactly. I got a whole situation going on, and I'm hiding it from you. That's fucking crazy. But that's what happened to our friend.
La vida.
And it's really crazy. And we found out we had to deal with some crazy
Las
shit.
cosas de la vida, like that Bad Bunny song says. Cheers.
Bling, 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 blow.
Cheers. But shout out to life. The good and the bad.
And my advice to my friend, and all my friends who have been wrong is turn it into art.
Yeah.
And you don't have to mention the person. Just turn it into art.
Never mention the person. That's
And
bad
I guess,
character.
what do you want to talk about? We have two, like, this has been a lot about us, and we could or we could not get into, like, the heavy shit, but I definitely want to talk about our first topic. Are we there yet?
Okay, yeah.
Wait, did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool.
I think we did. So our first topic on today's segments is something that we actually just decided to talk about yesterday. We talked about it briefly, and I was like almost about to cry. But For me, it's deep. I'm sure it's deep for her too.
Yeah.
For Shanti.
It is deep because like part of the reason I'm like I want to do so much in Puerto Rico, and Ashley, like her family is heavy out there, and so like it's been super inspiring. I have family out there too. We have a house in Vega Baja. Like I have family all over Puerto Rico, but like she got a block named after her.
Not even a block, like a whole
A whole
barrio.
town.
Yeah, it's called Barrio, Hernandez. Yeah, my grandmother had 13
Can you
kids.
even?
My father has 13 siblings. He's a part of a gang. Wait, that just came out crazy.
It's okay. No, it didn't. It makes sense.
No, he's part of a crew, a sibling crew, a football team. That
You
was
know
what
what's
I meant
funny?
to say.
My grandma has 9 brothers and sisters.
Yes, 13
Granados
siblings.
from the island as well.
You know, my aunts,
What
my
time is it?
uncles. I mean, they all are a huge part of my life. I've been going to Puerto Rico once a year, every year as a little girl, up until now, and I'm 35 now, which I didn't want to say, but it is what it is. I'm 35. And so
I'ma
I've
cut
been
it.
going to Puerto Rico all my life, basically. And so I
I'm
have
way
a lot
younger
of
than her,
family
a lot.
there. My family's huge. They mean so much to me. I'm very close with them. And so I've always wanted to do something that I could build there that my family there can benefit from.
And the funny thing is I'm realizing is like, so like I'm super inspired by that, right? Like I'm from here, like my family's established here, her family's established here. But like my family left Puerto Rico, and it's funny because it goes into this conversation. Back in the day, I think it's in the 50s, 60s. Like, and I'm gonna get all this information and put it on our Instagram because I'm working on the content now.
Yes.
We're also all of our content is in house. We're doing it.
Yes.
It's us.
Yes.
So
No outside sources.
No
No outsourcing
sources. We
anything.
figured it out. Anyway, so in the I think 60s and 70s, there was like a lot of programs that that America was giving to Puerto Rican people for them to come here. Now there's the reverse, right? And also at the same time, back in the day, so I learned all this recently. At the same time that they were giving incentives for Puerto Ricans to come here, they were incentivizing big companies to go to Puerto Rico. But
So that's what we're going to talk about. Act 60.
this is back in the day.
I know.
So I'm talking about now the 60s and 70s, and also the 80s. So like when our family came here, it was because at the same time that the companies from America were going in, which now have failed, like GM, all those big companies that like when you drive around Puerto Rico, you see the big American companies. At the same time, most of Puerto Rico was like, fuck you guys, we're going to New York. We're going to Chicago, we're going to like California, we're going to Utah. So that's how like our families got to the East Coast.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, all those companies were going there was other stuff. Now bring us forward to 2020 really, where we are talking about a bunch of stupid shit on this show, and I'm gonna pull it up. And I'm talking about Tim Dillon, who I love, and I'm talking about how he's going to the Bitcoin conference, and I'm like, yo, I'm listening to this fucking bit, and he says that Logan Paul and his brother, who we were also talking about, who, because of the fighting, I was like, yo, they fucking moved to Puerto Rico, and I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about that. Like, Ashley, and that's when the conversation starts about me and Ashley fucking starting working in Puerto Rico. Because I'm like, this is a fucking bad sign. Like, YouTube is in fucking Puerto Rico. It's the end. Like, we have to protect it.
Yeah.
So, like, this is a year ago. So then we start sending, like, we literally have our family out there looking for opportunity for us.
Yeah.
We're raising money. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars ready to deploy in Puerto Rico. But we're kind of just like, just 2 girls, right?
Yeah. That's the reality of it.
And so, like, we're like, fuck. And so that brings us to this moment where we're talking about Bad Bunny and Logan fucking Paul, because I fucking cannot, and I'm so happy about it that he's bringing attention to it, because I was literally a year ago freaking out about this. I'm like,
Yeah,
we gotta
we were
do
just,
something.
I found this video on YouTube that kind of was like just informing me on what Logan Paul was talking about and what Bad Bunny was talking about in his video when he put Logan Paul in it. And I learned that
Wait,
Bad
shout out to
Bunny-
King Asante, too.
Yes. I learned that Bad Bunny at his concerts, his wristbands had information on them of different organizations in Puerto Rico that you could donate to, that are assisting people, residents in Puerto Rico, through all these hurricanes and natural disasters, and just organizations that are giving back consistently to the communities that are less fortunate, let's say. And I thought that was really, really cool, and it was so heartfelt to me, and I cried basically, but again, I have so much family in Puerto Rico. I've been going there since I was a little girl. So just, Puerto Rico as a whole just means so much to me. And when I heard about the situation with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, I was kind of blown away. So there's this law there called Act 60, that basically is so that people who are business owners, entrepreneurs, very wealthy, can relocate to Puerto Rico, and they are then qualified for tax exemptions. This is only for people who relocate to Puerto Rico, meaning Bad Bunny, who his finances and his tax brackets and his annual income, let's say, is basically the same as these people who are relocating to Puerto Rico and benefiting from the tax exemptions. But he doesn't qualify because he's not someone relocating. He's actually from Puerto Rico, born and raised.
And at the same time, yeah, and this being said, like, the fact that he is famous and, like, it brought a lot to Puerto Rico that actually we didn't have before him. And kind of this act kind of happened as he was coming out, as he was getting big. You know what I mean? So I understand that why it happened. And maybe, who knows, like maybe some of the energy being pushed towards Puerto Rico is part of why all this stuff is coming out and all of this music is coming out and all these new people, right? However, Logan Paul's reaction was weird. It was like,
I mean, he really didn't give a fuck. I mean, I'm sorry. He
and
really
at the
didn't
same
give
time,
a crap. He didn't give a crap. His whole point was, why is he bringing me up? What do you mean, why is he bringing you up?
He tried to say that Bad Bunny basically was benefiting from the same tax exemption that he is. And I'm sure, no, he could be. Not through himself, right?
Maybe.
He could be through another person, another entity. He could be through, someone else.
I would hate to think that
but
he's
it doesn't
doing
fucking
that.
matter, bro.
I think so, because I think
I'm
it's...
gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. Because he employs hundreds of people. And I don't think that if you employ a bunch of people that are paying taxes, and you yourself, you don't know what his personal tax situation is. Just like, even if, like, let's say, and that's not the situation, let's say this business here doesn't pay no taxes. That doesn't mean that I don't pay taxes.
I don't know. For me, I feel like...
And no, wait. I'm saying, like, I still pay taxes, right?
Yeah.
As long as taxes... Is everything okay over there? I'm so confused. Good or no? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
I'm just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
So let me go back to really having that argument. Like, I think that Logan Paul, and I had a problem with it from the beginning, he's obviously not from the island. What I'm saying is, whatever Bad Bunny is doing, even if there is something happening where there's some incentive, I believe that is reasonable because he's employing hundreds of people on the island. And he's also a business. It's different. Logan Paul is not... Why don't you go to Florida where there are great tax exemptions?
Yeah.
Because nobody likes you in America. I don't really care. What I'm saying is, the island is the island, and I've had, like, I don't have a problem, but I've been turned off ever since then. I was also turned off when I saw in Genius that Kanye was in DR and doing a development there with all these fucking developers. So I'm gonna say it has nothing to do with color, because, like, you got the Logan Pauls, you got the Pauls in fucking PR, and you got the West in DR, and I don't like either situation because it doesn't make sense. I get it though, like, but we have to have these conversations. I don't have a problem with Bad Bunny having fucking tax exemptions in his fucking own place. Technically, it's like we don't even get the same treatment as Puerto Rican. Like, the island is not even, we don't have like the same congressional laws. We don't have the same representation. Like, I understand Bad Bunny taking full advantage of his situation, just like
Well, let's
we
just
take
be
full
very
advantage
clear.
of the tax situation.
We
here.
don't even know if Bad Bunny does qualify or
whatever, he can do that,
or
though.
benefits from the tax exemptions. This was just Logan's Paul response,
I don't like
assuming
it.
that he does. Nobody knows if he does or he doesn't. But for me, I don't even care about that part of that conversation, because let's say that he does. Let's say he does benefit from those tax exemptions, however way he does. He should. I mean, rightfully so.
Right.
He was born and raised there. So that part of the conversation doesn't matter to me, because it's like, okay, what if he does? So what? You know? At the end of the day, I feel like Logan's Paul should have addressed the simple fact that people feel the way that they do, and have a right to feel that the way that they do. For me, if I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, I would feel almost as, let me just use this as an example. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, in downtown Brooklyn, where when I was growing up and I was a little girl, it was predominantly Spanish, Arabic people, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican. Now, there's times that I go to my mom's house to pick up my children, because they're with her during the week while I'm working. And I'll come in the building and I have these people that live there now looking at me like, who is this girl coming into the building? And there's been moments where I've had to actually say something about that, because not just I feel the energy, but people have actually have the balls to say something to me about, like, who are you coming in here? Who do you know? What unit do you live in? What apartment do you live in?
She was,
and
like,
I've had
literally
to
raised
check
on that
people
block.
like, who the hell do you think you are, making these wild assumptions based on, I don't know, what I look like? I have no idea. Because I don't even want to say how I look now, because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of bougie, wealthy, white people with tattoos. So it can't be the tattoos. So I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what's on their mind that makes them think that they could even ask me such a thing. But like, I sometimes feel uncomfortable or like an outsider in places that I was born and raised in, just here in New York City. So imagine people in Puerto Rico, how they feel, because there are people like the video that I am going to share on Instagram today that we were actually looking at when we were trying to get information for today's topic, that says, like, for example, there are investors out there that have bought out buildings that used to be once a public school and want to convert it to condos and apartments with an ocean view in Old San Juan. So again, I support people who want to relocate to Puerto Rico for tax benefits, but at the same time, trying to make it make sense in a way that, okay, I'm not from here, even though I'm benefiting from these tax exempts, how can I make up for that? I'm going to buy this old public school, but instead of converting it into someone else, I'm going to rebuild it, make it better, make it greater for the students that are in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I agree with you, because I think, like, I'm very liberal, right? And I would even say, like, I'm on the side of being just, like, liberal in the way that I'm like, everyone should do their own thing. So, like, I think that the first people, but I also think that the first people that should have the rights to the island are Puerto Ricans, like.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the idea
And I get
supposedly
the
was
money.
so
I
that
just, like, I
the
don't like
economy
it.
in
He's a
Puerto Rico
fucking-
could benefit from these investors and people relocating to the island.
But the truth is, we didn't need that.
But
We
they're
have a
not-
lot of Puerto
but
Ricans
they're
with money
not
at this
boosting
point.
the economy, because if you think about it, all they're really doing is
They needed to lift up
boosting
Puerto
their
Rican
own
creators
financial status.
Exactly.
So
And
with
having a beautiful backdrop to do so, because where you're from is fucking ugly. I'm tight.
So I think that all in all, what we wanted to bring to light was that this is actually going on in Puerto Rico. The law is called Act 60. And again, it's a law that's in place for people who want to relocate to Puerto Rico who come from a high financial status, where they qualify for tax exemptions. And unfortunately, it does not. It is people who are born and raised in Puerto Rico are not eligible for this, such as
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Mark Anthony, Bad Bunny, people who are rich and famous and who could build and invest just as someone else does from outside of Puerto Rico.
But that's fine. But you know what they need to do? They shouldn't be able to necessarily. What should be that they should have to invest in other people from the island and help them, and they can have a stake in their company. Listen, Mark Anthony.
I mean, where
wants
there's
to
a
go
will,
behind
there's a
Real
way.
Spicy
If that's
Radio
something that's really something you
because-
want to do and give back to your
You know what
island,
I'm
there's
saying?
ways to
Let
do
me
it.
explain it to you. Mark Anthony wants to come and support Real Spicy Radio, and through that somehow gets the benefit of the tax exemption because we're from here, right? Why is that wrong? Mark Anthony helped fucking us, man. Like, everyone needs to get their shit together and just
But
deal
that's
with
the
their
thing.
own
Are
drama.
these people in Puerto Rico relocating there for
No.
their tax exemptions,
No,
making
but I'm
Puerto
saying-
Ricans feel like they're benefiting from
But
it?
I'm
They're
saying there's a
not.
way for the it's just, that's what not taking advantage of it would look like.
Yeah.
What is happening is what taking advantage of it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, so I think that wraps
have a
up
better solution,
that
bitches.
segment. Shout out to Bad Bunny, Logan Paul. I could care less about. I only know
So-
about him
so
because of my
weird.
son. But I feel like to wrap that up, I'm
does
just
your
gonna
son
say
think he's a
everything
loser
that
too?
you do should be with good intentions.
Does your son think he's cool?
I don't know. He hasn't really talked about him much recently.
I'm gonna talk to him
but
because I doubt it. And
I'm curious
her
to know.
son is fucking the future, and he's cooler than me.
We'll see. I'm gonna have to pick his brain about it, see what he thinks about Logan Paul nowadays.
He's one of our beneficiaries.
And our next segment is the brave and outspoken and free-thinking Kanye West.
I stand with Kanye. As always, I've always stayed with Kanye.
I'm always in the middle. I get the idea. I feel like I can understand a lot of the reason why he is going about it the way that he is going about it. Do I agree with how he goes about his message? No. But I understand what his idea is and what he's trying to say.
That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not what matters when you have children and children who are going to see these videos and hear the way that you spoke about people.
This is the opportunity to explain performance art to the children.
I don't think that.
Okay.
I think there's levels to performance art. I'm not necessarily an artist, but I think that attacking people and putting people's personal
Who
business
got
in
attacked?
private.
Oh, you're
He
talking about
posted-
Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, he just for me that's super
I'm
childish.
separate. That's separate. I'm talking about that.
But it is it has a lot to do with what Kanye West is doing right now. It's really just about his posts on Instagram, which is why he's not on there now, and now he's having to post on Twitter.
But do you think it's okay for the internet to silence people?
I don't think it's okay to silence anybody. I think it was because they were accusing him of what's the word?
Inciting violence? How?
Because he was mentioning Jewish people and all this stuff. I get it. I get all the
Girl.
sides. I get all the sides. I understand.
Could you imagine if you said something and then you got shut down?
I mean, listen, if I was out here saying fuck Christians and fuck Jewish people and fuck Buddhism, like, I would get it.
But did he
I
say
wouldn't
that?
even-
Fuck?
No, but
Fuck?
his message was not appropriate, and I get it.
What was the message exactly?
I can't even
No,
show
which
you.
one?
I can't show you because it doesn't appear there anymore, I don't think.
No,
but
I'm saying maybe I missed
I
something.
don't know it
I
by
think
heart.
I missed something. I didn't miss something. What is
basically,
Tell me in my ear. What he said.
I don't know it by heart. I don't know. I don't care enough to remember. But
Guys,
like,
I'm not up to date. I don't know what the fuck is happening now.
he just basically he's justifying his comments on Jewish people. I know that he's
Well, what were the
justifying it
comments?
based on saying that black people are the original Jews anyway.
Oh.
So I know that he's saying
You
that.
can't say that on live TV. You can't say that anywhere, actually. You're not allowed.
But,
But you know, there's reasons why.
that part of it doesn't matter to me. What the part of it that matters to me is there's so many ways to look at the situation. I do sympathize with people who I feel are struggling with mental health. I think every single human being struggles.
Struggling with mental health.
I think he is struggling with mental health emotionally. His emotions. He doesn't have the control I think he should have over his emotions.
No, I disagree.
I don't disagree. Like I said,
No,
I
really don't
understand
disagree.
that he feels the way that he feels, and everyone has a right to feel the way that they feel.
I think
but
this
the
is
same
performance
way,
art.
I don't think so.
We'll find out.
I don't think we will find out, because then it's like this ends and then he just goes quiet for a while until he acts a certain way about another situation later on in 3 months from now. So I don't think we really
What's the answer
find
to that?
out. I don't really feel like we have the answer. I think that he needs. I think that Kanye feels alone. I feel like he doesn't trust anyone, and I think that the first step to, I think, addressing the situation would be the best approach is people who genuinely care about him and love him need to have a conversation with him and actually show him that they care about what he's going through.
I totally
He
disagree
feels-
with you. That's crazy.
No, he says it himself.
No, but I'm saying, like, I just think that
He said it himself. He's basically like, fuck you to everyone. I'm going to say everything that I'm going to say until everyone doesn't want to talk to me anymore, because I know
When
what
did
I'm
he
going to
say
say
that?
is
He
upset
said
me.
that?
Yes. He said, I'm going to make it so that no one likes to talk to me anymore. That's not a person who's in the right state of of mind. That's not performance art. That's someone who's over the top with his emotions, and he doesn't know, I guess, what the best approach is, so just kind of says whatever comes to mind. And I believe in freedom of speech. I do believe that we should feel and believe what we feel and believe, and we all have to respect that to a certain extent. But I think that when you have children and you have people who are constantly looking up to you in a way that what they see and how you act is how they're going to act and be in the world, I would never want my children to act this way. I want them to try to be
I agree with you.
as careful and as mindful with their words as possible, because Kanye West, through the process of him, let's say it is performance art, he's hurting a lot of people in the process of him doing whatever he's trying to do.
But how about like how everybody else, like different people, like Amy Winehouse was like super fucked up, and like other people like have like been very violent. Remy Ma went to jail. Like, if this is his meltdown, is it the most diabolical one?
I wouldn't
Or is it
say
the most
so, but the
real
thing
one?
is, I would say it's definitely real, but I feel like people don't really get the fact that words are just as hurtful and harmful as
I agree.
actions were.
In everyday
In my
life.
experience, I've
But the
dealt with
media?
people. The media, what?
I'm saying.
I don't know. I think that, listen, like Sean King posted about it, and
Ew.
his biggest message was like how at the end of the day, and I saw a lot of comments on his post, and everyone kind of was saying the same thing, that, oh, someone with a following as big as he has and who has so much influence on the culture should be careful what he says. But I disagree in the sense that people should not only just move the way that they move based on what their influence is to the culture. I think that people should be true to who they are. The only people you give a fuck about, like I said, are if you have your children. I don't
agree
care
with
about
you.
what strangers think about me, children, young adults, senior citizens.
My thing is that we can't police anybody. Like, there are things that
We
like
shouldn't.
people we know say wild shit, right?
Yeah.
And we'd be like, oh my God. Like, but it doesn't make us say I'm gonna unfollow them or I'm gonna treat them or I'm even gonna fucking talk to them. Like, just because I think you're dumb because of what your fucking stance is, and you know there's some fucking people with a lot of followers that we know, I'm like, these, and we know, we're like, they're fucking dumb and
Honestly,
angry.
when Kanye
Let me
West
finish.
was doing and acting how he was acting, I wasn't surprised, and I was actually expecting all the people her and I knew with major followings
And I was
to
like,
all
you guys are
respond the
fucking
same way.
losers. And they're
they
all
did.
fucking losers. Because who fucking cares? If I allow you to spew your bullshit, I have to allow him to spew his bullshit. I have to allow my father to spew his bullshit in my text messages.
No, I agree.
But like, and also
Who
I
are
have
we
to,
to silence
like,
anybody?
Shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna put this on my Instagram. Shut the fuck up. I hate a lot of my
Well, that's
fucking
kind of
people
what
that
I was
follow
trying
me,
to say
And I
before
follow because I'm like,
about
I really
how-
look up to you artistically, but you suck. Because you're fake.
That's kind of what I was trying to say before about how
you wouldn't even
people
like your own
feel like if
family,
you're someone
probably.
of a high status that you need to be mindful of your influence on your fans and your listeners and
accept
things
all
like
of
that.
them.
But for me, that's not really allowing someone to fully be who they are.
my
I
point.
think that if you don't agree with someone's opinion or thoughts or beliefs, you have the choice to not engage, not interact.
agree with a-
not
I
listen,
disagree with a
not
lot.
watch.
I disagree with my mom sometimes. I disagree with my dad. I disagree with my fiance. I disagree with you. I not often, and I disagree with like mostly all the people that are really super popular that we know in person. Like, I'd be like, yo, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
And
agree with
then
a lot
the-
of things that my
you know,
friends do
it is
and
what
say,
it is.
but I'm not going to cut them out and out of my life.
No, I love you.
I mean, I think that's what should bring people together. What
My
what
aunts,
makes
some
us
of them
different.
are wild. Like, what am I gonna do? I still love my fucking aunt.
At the end of the day, Kanye West is still someone's son, is someone's father, is someone's friend, is someone's brother. He's still a human being. I don't agree with
But
his
also, we need to
approach.
talk about what his investments in Dominican Republic are because that
I
might be
have no
fucking
knowledge on
inappropriate.
that, so we
just
need
like
to look
fucking
into
Logan
that.
Paul.
I'm going to do some
I
research.
stand
because I
behind
know
him
nothing.
talking, but I don't stand behind whatever the hell it was going on in DR. And they call it the DR, and I saw it. And I don't like it, and I
Well,
fucking stand against that, and I
You
will
guys
fucking
know
press
now
that.
what we're gonna probably talk about next week. Probably some Kanye West and ZR shit.
I
Because
will
I'm
have
gonna do my
known what's
research.
wrong with him, but it's not the free speech.
And to wrap up the segment on Kanye West, I'm just going to end it by saying that we need to allow people the room to just be who they want to be. If it's not hurting, harming anyone that you directly know or
remember that girl we know that-
mind your business.
Don't we know a girl that went like in the middle of Midtown and was like naked with feathers?
I don't remember, honestly.
Oh, that's how.
Who's? Oh, wow.
So like she dressed up and went in the middle of Manhattan mad naked and it was really weird. But like, are we gonna cut you off? Like, no, like obviously there's something wrong. Or not. Like, I don't care. Like, go in the middle of fucking, you know, Occupy Wall Street and like paint yourself in feathers and black and like roll around the city and make a video. I don't give a fuck. Laissez-faire. Let them eat cake. Also, let me eat cake. Can I get some fucking money?
It's just going to make it to YouTube with our curses.
And that is why I'm done with pop culture. And why it's only about us now.
Well, a lot has happened this year. I think this always goes back to the same shit we talk about from episode 1 is how the internet really has a full control of people and cultures and
No, it has full
the way
control
people
of some
think.
people and some.
I think that
But you're right.
unintentionally and subconsciously, it definitely influences everybody, even with people who don't realize. I love the internet, but I hate the internet.
You know. I love the internet.
Shout out to Bad Bunny and shout out to Kanye West.
No, but not shout out to anybody until I investigate what the fuck is going on.
No, because at the end of the day,
But
I'm
Bad
not even
Bunny,
mad at you.
obviously,
Even
shout
if you're
out to
doing
Bad
some
Bunny.
shady, I'm sure, you know, there's reasons for everything that as to
Everyone
why
is
people do the way that
shady.
they do. Yeah, everyone. No, you know what? I have to say,
Everyone is not shady.
I am not a shady person. I don't ever do anything
No.
with bad intentions.
I'm not shady.
I feel. I mean, I know it's unrealistic to expect everyone to be the way that you are and to go about things the way that you go about things. But for me, I think that I'm so happy that, as fucked up as the world could be, I'm so grateful that my heart is not tainted, and I am still a good
Yeah.
person, and I try to be the best person every day to everybody. Even the people who I feel may not be like, you know, crazy about me, let's say. I just want to be nice to everybody because I don't gain anything not being nice.
I agree
Maybe
with you.
just a headache and unnecessary and unwanted drama. So, you know, shout out to my 3 children who inspire me every day to be mindful of my choices and the things that come out of my mouth. That's why I feel like everyone should have kids. It really brings your life a greater purpose and meaning. I do.
I want to have kids. I agree with that.
I want everyone to have kids. They really
Not
make you want to
everyone.
be your best self. If not you, if not your mom, if not your best friends, I promise you your children will. And if they don't, then there is some serious internal healing
But
needed.
after you get married and stuff.
I'm not going to agree with that because I have 3 kids and I'm not married. So, you know, it is what it is.
No, I mean now, like, knowing what you would know, you would still tell people to not get married first and have a relationship.
Some parts of me, yes, and some parts of me, no, because I know people who've been together 15, 20 years and married, and it's all not real. So I just feel like what I can say is to just try to know the person you're having children with as much as
agree.
possible. Not necessarily get married, but just know their type of family, their type of upbringing, what their values are, have deep conversations, know as much as you can about that person before having children with them.
And you know why we're such a great show? Because we're different, but we're the same.
Yeah. So, honestly, I can't wait to get off and devour my breakfast because I'm starving and I've had 2 shots of whiskey. But I hope you guys did not mind us having our breakfast on the show and just, you know, keeping it raw and being real. I mean, we're hungry. It's Sunday morning, but we're here to work. So,
most people's kink is actually seeing pretty girls eat. So you're welcome.
you know, it's funny because I was thinking about that when I was eating my bread. I was like, is
You're
this sexy?
fucking
Like, is someone
welcome.
going to be like, is this their new fetish, watching Ashley eat
Mukbang,
breakfast on
bitch.
Real Spicy Sunday mornings? But the funny thing is, the show doesn't
God,
it doesn't air live until
sorry. I wanna
7
go to
tonight.
church.
Maybe I should too one day.
No,
Oh, there's a church on the block. Let's go. You want to go?
I haven't been to church in a long time, so we'll talk
I'm
about
gonna tell
it.
you what's funny. 666 Ashley and the most literally God-fearing girl in the world. I pray to Jesus Christ every day,
See,
every night.
no, that's
I'm
the wrong
so
idea
fucking
because
in-
that's not okay. That actually is not what my 666 Instagram name
No,
represents.
bitch, I
at
know that.
all.
And you know what's funny is
It's
that
actually
I'm the
a lot
one to defend
simpler.
you.
It's
I
actually a
defend
lot
you.
simpler than you think. 666,
666
just so we could make sure people understand, is simply just a statement to say that I rebel against the
I
norm.
agree with
rebel
her.
about
666 is
how
not
my
actually
parents think I
evil.
should live my life. Yeah, well, I mean, people correlate to me worshiping the devil because
That's
I have
not
an
true.
inverted cross tattooed on me. But no, it's really just not like I hate God or I believe in the devil. It has absolutely
I
no
know that.
religious ties or religious
Oh, you
messages.
took it too seriously. I was trying to say that that's not
No,
true.
but people take shit seriously.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I am super freak for Jesus, and that's my friend. So she
I'm super
cannot
chill,
be-
man. I don't judge
she
you if you're
cannot
religious.
Be
I
a
don't
devil
judge you if
worshiper
you're not.
and have a Jesus freak friend. It just doesn't work.
Exactly.
And I also love all the Jews. Look at my friends. Are Jews.
All the Jews?
Look at my
Me
friends.
too.
Jewish. Look at my friend's Jewish baby.
How cute. Well, Jewish is just a religion.
He's so cute, right?
I've worked with Jewish people a large
love
chunk
all
of my
people. I
life.
don't
love
care.
all people.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know if blacks were the first Jews, but
I'm so confused.
shout out to the Jews. Shout out to everyone.
go.
Shout out
Happy.
to the fucking human race. I hope everyone has a great,
So
productive week
confused.
this week. Season 3. I don't know what's happening, but I don't know. But season 3, episode 59, Real Spicy Radio. Ashley and Shanti, we love you guys. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on Twitch as well. We're good? Okay. This is performance art. Can we cut? Can we cut? Cut? Okay. Bye. I definitely don't want to.